If it isn't, then I have a problem. It sounds fine. Let's just get things started here. With Attack versus Mentality on... I don't actually know the map, so I'm gonna be surprised. Isn't that just nice? It is Product! Alright, Product NA rules is going to 4 instead of 3. I personally not a fan, but it also doesn't matter, it's just a little bit more game to watch for me, I guess. And I'm not the one playing. I call AIM is the only one who doesn't have a significant setup. I thought I did for them actually. Interesting. I was so surprised Paddy doesn't have one. Anyway, Froyo versus Mentality. And Product it is. Not by any means the same Froyo we used to from last season and a bit before that, but it's Froyo, right? They still have Blaze on the flank. And he likes Product, that's for sure. It's not like Vanny Eric has gotten any worse as a scout duo. So let's see. Okay, so Blaze just goes straight behind immediately. Takes his time. Eric pushes forward, left side alone. Straight over Cactus. Who, not in time now. Eric is weak, so it might still be a quick kill to equalize things. What it does just take attention away from like anything else. Who gets the kill? Furrier tries to pressure a little bit with aim going forward. Jump in, jump out. Goes weak, but as long as he survives, it's fine. Blaze tries to make a little bit of a play. Not the best opportunity for him to jump in, it seems, so he just rotates a little bit more. Takes his time. Leaves his team hanging a little bit there, but as long as something happens at some point, it's fine. Aim is still kind of weak. Leaves that rocket as well. I'm still not a fan of the cow wrangler. Thing I just add. Merman jumps barely on the high ground, which is interesting. And ambitious to say the least. This is that probably will die here, unless he has like a good final rocket and both die. Benny doesn't have a good final shot either. Now Merman is probably dead. I don't know what happens in the meantime. Let's look at other things. Yes, Aim died. That's a thing. He jumps over left side. And Blaze comes forward at the same time, but Paddy and Moo are both there trying to deal with that, figuring out where the soldier is, or both of them at that point. So just playing into the soldiers with the scouts, try to win rock, paper, scissors, guy. And it works for now. May is just keeping Habib at bay. Having him not be too aggressive. So they have to... They can be really, really careful a bit right here. But they have established themselves with better position for now. Now double scout onto Habib. Deal a lot of damage. Might actually get the kill if something else hits here as well in time. Probably not. Let's stick around, deal enough damage over A distance and B with heals by Nursi. Wouldn't change too much either. Because you would still have a Banny to get out. Would just be nice to have the demo out of the picture for a little bit longer. Get some more time. Because now people are back up. And this is where things actually get interesting. Because, well, if there has been a mid-loss, and a mid-loss can decide a lot, it wasn't a decisive one. So, Froyo can immediately start playing the game again. And decide to just pop in here over the cliff. So they do. Aim tries to jump just over Benny, Habib. Well, not really Benny, Habib on you, but Habib's just far back, waiting. Being dangerously close to stakes. I'll actually eat some. May doesn't see it in time. Unfortunate. Would have been a solid 100 damage. Anyway, Aim and Benny just cross go behind, and going behind in these sort of situations is like what you want, preferably. Because everybody else was just busy on the Uber or the flank. And the flank is there's just nothing happening, Blaze is just waiting. So Mirrorman is stuck in a 2v1 right now, as the one disregarded on this over here. So on the combo end, Mentality seem happy because they established themselves back on the point. Froyo technically didn't get anything on the combo, but on the flank, or behind I should say, they got themselves into quite a bit of trouble. Lose Mirrorman. People are being dragged back, which leaves people on the point alone, May and Pat here, which in turn again leads Froyotech to just come back into the point and have a really easy time re-establishing position. Benny dying would still hurt a bit, but nothing is coming from top cliff. So he gets out for free at the moment. Blaze just goes over to combo side as well, leaves Fang for a little bit. Doesn't disregard it at least. Still keeps it in check. Paddy goes down trying to get into that. Really smart play on the exchange here by Froyotech, just abusing players behind really nicely. and traded the point out in a matter of 48 seconds again. Which on an even-Uber situation is pretty good, because it can waste a lot of time. But this works perfect. They still haven't given up doing stuff though. Still want to aggress on Cliff here quite a bit, just to keep the fight up a little bit longer, it seems. Maybe get something. But nobody like commits anywhere closer than this. Like nobody gets past the fence really. And he still sneaks out a shot on Vanny. Will die for it. Actually gets aim as well, that's huge. Never mind. I wanted to say they play it relatively safe, nobody commits too far forward, but wow. Eddie just farmed her. Anyway, they're still really fine, and they don't have yet. So they want to get the easy kill here. But is it? Because Boo on the flank, with Blaze and everybody else being busy, has a really easy time there, so... We have praised them before, Froyotech fall apart a little bit now. They do get fat in the end. Just barely, and the bats are on equal spawns, so playing Cappy is risky business right now. What they do in the end. Smart play. Gets them players up in time and delays for his spawns just that bit more. Always nice to have happen. And not the greatest play by Froyo that they just wanted to play aggressive. Benny just... Not Benny, Paddy just destroyed him a little bit. And afterwards they just overcommitted not regarding the flank. And even if they would have gotten fed quicker, they still would have lost Mercy either way. In a really stupid fashion by just nobody watching flank. So that wasn't the greatest here. Vitality back on a point. May is really far forward with Eric just doing scout things. Eddie comes in as well to try to deny that. So far so good. Alright, they know they have damage to the demo, so Aim just jumps in. 2 nice rockets will do the job just fine. Gets him into position where he will probably die. Or should at least. He tries to delay things for as much as he can, and I can't blame him, why not? Nobody's really hitting him, so... Froyo, again, trying to get some value out of this take position forward. People are being dragged back with that as well. Paddy Pad are just over behind the rock while he plays all go forward now. Cactus tries to make a jump. Not really getting too much out of this, tries to leave. Who's getting a little bit denied by Habib, but not too much. Paddy on heals takes the fight with Eric. Needs some help though, and not the greatest fight here. Aim's jump was pretty decent. Thanks to the Merman tries to abs. And it just brings Habib closer to his medic. So it's a pretty like evenish fight numbers wise, but Froyo going in with Aim's jump just had better position immediately. And that eventually gets them into winning position here. They just had way more space for everything. The soldiers had to commit so much deeper. Mentality side. Froyo back on the point. Immediately going for the forward hold. It needs to happen fast either way. Danny with Habib, Eric just aggressive on main place aims. Or aim over here. Left, pretty far forward as well. Question is how mentality deals with that. So far the answer is surprisingly brute force. Eddie walks in, Moo walks in, Cactus dies. Biggs Merman gets stopped trying to go forward. Base takes a bunch of damage, Eric takes a bunch of damage. He doesn't want to use necessarily yet. They know Fad is close though, at least now where he turns the corner.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
Moo may both get one, Paddy just goes for the point. He does pop here onto Aim. He wants to survive. Wouldn't be the priority necessarily, more importantly it's that Fad survives. Ready for the backup as well. This is annoying, Benny has to go back to deal with that. Miran dies. Beep eventually. Good enough. On the mentality side here. Did the job. Just brute forced away in there. Got something behind. Be annoying. Get the force. Alright, thanks for the 10 bits. Alright, what's happening now? Fat almost has. They want to push forward with this Merman on the flank alone. Eric walks forward into that with Blaze jumping around. So the Moon aim as well. So they just try to brute force their way onto the flank. Plus Habib getting Paddy as well in the meantime on the combo with just a pipe. Just a bit lucky. So a little bit of a fortunate kill with a really brute force kill on the flank with 3 people. Being annoying, who is weak, walks into a sticky trap. Froyo keeping control of things for now. And popping in here with 3 people, and one of which is not even actually doing anything because AIM just spammed him down and kills him. Got themselves into a really tough position. And Froyo's approach of forcing the Uber by avoiding the combo and instead killing everything else works just fine. Just they send 1 forward first and then the scout forward first into the fight on the flank, and then 3 or 2 more late. So he thinks it's a 1v1, but it actually becomes a 1v3 and he loses. Only plays aggressive, gets a kill. The combo can take high ground as well, be annoying. Fat is maybe not alone, but there's no scout around. Merman goes forward, Cactus goes forward. And May tries to spam as well here. So they desperately want to just force Mercy right now. Getting themselves into more trouble than they can bargain for. Blaze jumping on as well, and nobody being in position for anything. And that felt like a desperation play. It kind of was, time-wise, a little bit. 30 seconds isn't that little time, but it's not much time anyway. Alright. So last ditch effort here, and I'm not expecting anything brilliant. Froyo just pops in with about 10 seconds. Start killing things for the post but then have the better end if anything survives, and nothing really does. So that's a round. Decent effort by Mentality in the first round here. Things that did go well went pretty well. Just the other extreme of things going bad, going really bad, also was happening. Froyo baited out some nice mistakes. Alright, what's happening? Everybody rotates right real quickly, and Fat is just dead. Blaze already jumped behind immediately. Eric just presses W on the right side, or left side, his perspective as always. To get exactly into this position, get that kill immediately. Paddy Merman want to take enemy high ground. Cactus straight on target, up some spam by the Demoman onto Medic, gets Nursey pretty much immediately, while Bandy and Habib was still, we were still over here on the right side of enemy perspective, trying to help out the flank play. Meaning Cactus actually has a pretty easy time getting that jump in. But while it's mid lost for sure, for Mentality, it's not hope lost at least. They got the medic. They won't have to deal with forward hold quite yet. Beep still puts up some sticks. That's worse. Well, that still somehow got him a kill at least. Alright, Mentality is just getting carried away in this fight. Like, Habib was technically overextending, but Froyo reacted to it pretty quickly. Make the best of it, still lose 2 here on like point possession is still weird. And Nursey might still die now, the rocket is bad. Not in the sense that it doesn't deal enough damage to kill, but in the sense that Nursey can solve it like, all around. Entire map. Still, that was like sketchy by Froyo regardless. Because if Habib didn't get that kill, like if Sticky that bug would have triggered there, they would have been in so much more trouble. So they're getting a little bit lucky here. Now he has crits up. Crits is interesting, but not unheard of for Froyo by any means. So they just pop on like the moment they see anything. Merman goes aggressive, Banny tries to deny him. Just ease himself out of that. And so far they're just dancing around the danger for the most part. Blaze comes in from the flank though, and that's where they didn't have the eyes on. Aim as well, I guess it's just a brute force method again, just getting as much damage in as they can. Both die, doesn't matter too much. A little bit, because they have worse spawns, but again that's worse. Habib with the same attempt here, but everybody's just going the other side this time. Nursey doesn't have yet. But it's non-Uber. Habib tries to escape this high. So this time Habib gets like properly punished for it. Reality take a bit of position. Blaze jumps around, gets Cactus before he can take the pack. Almost gets airshot there. But gets behind still. Froyo immediately in, trying to just get a target here. See, Demo too far alone on left. Connect with Blaze here as well, so once again, 3 people behind. In this non-dual situation. Draw people back. Not having Khabib hurt, but Eric can still come in for a mild sandwich play. Just be awfully annoying. Notice he's not healing anyone, but this fight is going well. They just need to coordinate these last few shots, otherwise they still lose. But yeah, they got them cornered, they've got them weak. And they still don't do it. Blaze wasn't committed with that, and he just needed to be. One can May at least, so that's good. Fritz comes in, gets fat immediately. Just as the play onto the demo was happening as well. So that should have really not just killed Mentality though. They were way too weak for that not to work. Anyway, in the meantime, Froyo survives that, except Benny. So they just kind of want to go for forward hold. Fair enough. Khabib doesn't even hide the sticks, doesn't really need to, it's just supposed to stop people. In the meantime, Mentality tries to brute force their way in again, Blaze dies immediately to Paddy. Aim takes a lot of damage as well. Trading numbers here isn't that great for Froyo, mind you. But eventually they stop trading and the soldiers miss shots. Scouts survive for longer than they should. That's Froyo's win condition. Paddy gets baited out, and now they're just dying for no reason, A, and secondly, off sync of anything useful happening as well. Like Paddy just went in and nobody else was anymore. Moo dies, Benny trades that out, everybody goes cliff, as he has now. Aim gets a lot of damage, gets out? No, he doesn't. So they trade Scout and Soldiers. This up, Paddy dies, Fat has in time. Everything just takes so long for Froyo. Big sticky damage into Cactus, dies for it. And what looked maybe not great, but useful. For Mentality turned bad now, with the sticks on the point. So now they have numbers to set in this final fight, where it's just about overtime for Froyo. Nobody blocks the point in time. Froyo goes up 2-0 in a quite a bit more convincing round now. Alright, mid-fight, immediately Cactus and Merman. Either on target or just behind. Either way, they want to do something here. Danny drops down for the first one, which means Cactus has an easier time getting it with the second one. Still needs to get it though. And that's the sketchy party, because he does not with the first rocket. May is missing stuff, and he tries to jump out there instead of actually going for the kill. So I assume this is where things go sour. That roller should not connect. No, it will. This is gonna kill. Yes, this is so sad. Alright, in the meantime, Moo Paddy do not get baited by Blaze doing something sad this time. They are the ones committing forward on the flank first. Get aim. Blaze is behind, but they probably know that at this point. So quick jump prevented also Eric from going forward because he got like carried away by that. May gets like insanely lucky. Blaze is almost dead. He will crater from that either way, so it doesn't matter. Then he tries to cross forward. Why is he bleeding? Do you need to bleed to be able to get up there? Did I miss something? Anyway, they're just all trying to brute force the kill onto Fat right now, but it's not working. So yeah, abuse the fact that there's a single scout usually trying to actually just deny things, and the other one is busy trying to play aggressive, so they just throw one soldier in first, the second one in late. Should have just purely gotten that with the soldiers, to be honest. But it worked either way. Even if the Demoman has to get lucky for that. Anyway, Mentality on the point now. Bam, aim down quickly, or at least he walks into the trap, I would assume. That's an initial kill, makes life a little easier. Scouts are pretty forward, so nobody's actually with Fat. That's pretty fortunate right now because he takes a lot of damage, can't stop that too well. Some beep spamming in damage. Almost has to use here. Beep switches to pipes. Yeah, I can understand that. That splash might have done the job. So really unfortunate. With the scout just being a tad too aggressive. Nobody seeing aim coming at the expense of that. Well, can't really do anything. Nice force by Froyo. That damage here. Yeah, before they even have, which wastes even less time. Last time still, or the first round I should say, they got onto point after losing mid a little bit quicker, but they still get it any moment if they play their cards right. That's all what they have in these sort of situations. So aim blaze, just go flank immediately. Pressure that. Combo comes point, pressures that. These two crash, Eric tags in for blaze. And they just keep on trying to outnumber each other on the flank. But Shoyu saw this ability to leave before too much danger happens. Back in and out with each other is working pretty well. So Nursi has, Fat has as well now. Don't necessarily want to use coming in here, but they already committed 2 players, 3 players pretty weak. Actus dies as well. Fanny straight on the demo win alone. So nothing is going well right now. Scouts are not really on anything. Eric dies, Fanny is still in causing trouble, Fat gets forced, Nursi gets forced as well. Everybody's just all over the place trying to brute force their way in through the forward hold here. Aim dies. So it's not going too bad, Blaze is close, probably in a lot of trouble. No, they could have denied Blaze here, unfortunately. Fanny gets Paddy at some point. And Benny is just like taking a nice little stroll to the flank side alone, and it's working. Rotating away, whoops, wrong button, there we go, rotating away from danger, trying to at least. Blaze has a really nice jump actually, but it's not enough. That is super weak. They still really are far committed here. Benny's still doing just like his thing. Benny have you both die. Or not die, get a kill each I should say. Yeah, and I don't understand what this is supposed to be, because it's not anything. Like, they already got control back, they... Like, I don't know, this happened in LAN as well, where they just, like, want a little bit too much on a point. And just get a bit too cocky. It's trying to get the kills they think they deserve, but really don't. Blaze gets so lucky there. All his rockets he needed to get that kill. Anyway, everybody wants to just brute force their way onto Nursi, nobody's really getting to her, so... Abandoned. Early Psychwave as well, which I don't feel that. Because the mat's probably gonna be safe already. And all your people died like to the point where Froyo can do this sort of play now. A little bit easier because they just have the numbers, they have the space for it. We're still playing in on that. Somehow AIM did not see Fatna. At least he survives. At least they all survive. Didn't really get anything with that, they only lost Blaze though. I mean, despite Uber, they still need to be a little careful here. Oh, Cactus just flies in. Into the Nursi. Nice surf though. Is it good enough? Yeah, it's out of danger. Paddy wants to cross, her beep has sticks ready for that. Jump forward, Paddy wants to clean up, can't really hit anything though. He does hit Danny eventually. But they're still just trying to brute force their way in, but they have no good numbers without Uber. Well, they, like, I don't know. That would have maybe worked if it was a non-Uber situation, but not on this head. And even then it's not working without Nursi even using in the first place. Right, a minute left. Only 2-0, not 1-0, but the thing on top is lying. Scoreline. Alright, they see them coming out. Pop in on that from main. What do you call this? I don't even know. I think this is main actually, but who cares? Anyway, they see them coming, they pop in. Just want to kill onto Fat. Secure themselves like an Uber ad with 40 seconds left, which is pretty much a win condition if you ask me. However, once again, in this sort of situation, Mentality is just pushing past them with most of what they have. Go behind, get some decent kills, get plays, get wave. Capping here is actually really bad right now, but they kinda have to at some point. Because it delays for Fat, and it makes all three of that Furio players spawn faster right now. Uber fades. Benny, Nurse are still on cliff forward. They haven't capped yet. Merman dies. So let's see how this plays out here with the time they have on them. Fat gets a slightly worse spawn by 2 seconds. Everybody on Furio pretty much just gets spawned immediately. Which hurts quite a bit, unless they can use the fact that they have numbers here to their advantage. How the scouts are just not committing, they're staying on the high ground. Waiting for their own spawns, which are also coming in. So it's a sketchy situation. And in the end, Blue dies to Blaze on the flank, everybody else just leaves, and more or less all of this was for like 10 seconds on the clock. And really didn't accomplish much in the end. Aim tries to pepper in damage aggressively onto Mei, who is granted in a really sketchy position, but he also had to commit really fine for that. So he's the one dying. Plays from the flank again, uncontested there because everybody's busy doing other stuff. Get a lot of damage in. Cactus commits, Paddy commit, Fanny Blaze takes care of each of those. Deal a lot of damage, can't clean anything up. 30 seconds left on the clock for Froyotech. They have ad. They can get a time if they build. Even if just a little bit. Which, like I said before, once they pop in there on 40 seconds left, it's like really good and safe win condition. Because you know you can get once you overfade, but they can't get once they respawn. Even with the weird capping that was going on. 5 seconds left. This will go mildly into overtime, but Nursey has. At that point they can just walk over things. So they have now. Pop in. No Fat, like relatively close to having, so take care of that first, and everything else after. Everything takes a bunch of damage on the point, it's an over round to Froyotech. EU rolls, it would be over now. NA rules means it's still going on for minimum one round, max 4 more. But let's hope that doesn't happen. Alright, was that already the round starting? Alright, it says match live again. Yeah, it's not started yet, okay. Mentality's blue now, Furio's red. Just have to skip past it. There we go. Match is live. What do we have? As he takes a bit of damage early, Blaze tries to go behind as always. Comes forward with that as well, maybe getting a kill with that, maybe just getting position. Ames comes forward left as well. So triple left again by Furio, Cactus going behind for Mentality, everybody else playing point-ish. For the most part, Aim goes behind. Lots of flank pressure. Eric also stopped people going behind to deal with Blaze and Aim easily. Which I like. Cactus going straight on target actually. Onto Habib, gets the kill, probably will die for it. Eric falls back. Benny is in position as well to punish. Straight out a kill. The Devil down is hurting. But so is 2 Solis coming in from behind, tapping in damage from high ground, with nobody stopping them, despite everybody knowing they went there. So trying to ignore players behind while going aggressive still can go bad really easily. Especially if up front is stuff that denies you from just avoiding it.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
So we still lost a lot of people. It was by no means a flawless mid-fight. They hit some really good shots though. Mentality, really nice jump early on. In the end, still, despite really sketchy like hits or movement by the soldiers, still able to trade out like that many kills is pretty nice. But the soldiers just did so much for Froyo. Anyways, Cactus wants to jump straight onto Habib. Does not get the kill with that, and won't get another chance. He gets struggled away. He still want the kill, and Banny is pretty weak as well with every damage coming in here. So Cactus's jump did a lot there. Else he doesn't have yet, and this gets connected as well from people. Just a matter of them finding targets, and Banny is not one of them. And that's really unfortunate because he was such an easy kill. Eric dies. Guess that's nice. So you're still trying to keep position there, and they just keep on dropping players. So Cactus's jump did so much there. Like, it's still going. Benny's healthy now again, but even if that's a trade, then this won't be because there's no way AIM survives that. We've got health at least. We're not in the greatest position, but they now have to pop to get the point back at least. So it's alright for mentality here, even though they probably will lose the point any moment. At least if they can leave properly, they can get advantage out of this. If Froyo has to use, but so far it's not looking like that. Nothing is really putting up pressure. Looting the soldier states hurts for the damage onto Nursey quite a bit. Plays Eric pretty aggressive there. Paddy as well, I guess. Mostly it's happening here. Where they just like hoped, I assume, to get in behind easily, but they kind of just get themselves into a lot of trouble. Because they'll give up numbers on even. But they survive probably, he's not too far in. Nobody wants to commit that weak as well. Helps you with mentality. There's actually it's Cactus in the end. And really late as well. So losing Cactus there hurts quite a bit. Otherwise they could have just recommitted quicker. Now it's like not even like an advantage situation anymore because the Cactus spawns later. Plus Fat gets forced really early, juggled all around the place, really nice. Probably sticky placement, maybe a rocket, I don't know. Maybe a little bit of both. Either way, this Uber doesn't do much early on. Nursey can pop pretty, well, kinda late. 20% better, is still better. Plus Fat is flashing as well. Habib is just playing safe. Merdman tries to go behind. Which is fair enough. Paddy just brute forces a kill onto AIM. Enough. Blaze goes behind as well. Cactus did not spot, I don't know. So each have a player behind here. Paddy is too far in to be able to leave easily. Not dying, so he just kinda commits. Means he needs players who actually do stuff with him. Come in a little bit late. Merman, Cactus come in now. Blaze wants to deal with them. Is too slow for that. Double solid bomb straight onto the scouts. There's just so much they can deny. Lots and lots of damage. Maybe not the safest play by Paddy, but everybody acts off of it quickly enough so they actually get something out of it. Blaze beefs that pretty hard. Merman just reacts really slow as well and leaves just in time for the second rocket. So overall, despite how bad this started, they made the best of it. Paddy played this pretty well. Like was able to find, still able to find a kill in a pretty sketchy starting Uber, where his magic got juggled around for a lot of it. Like they easily had the worst Uber time voice, but they made the best of it, got a kill. Paddy delayed stuff forever, and people were still close by the time his team recommitted. Real nice jump by the soldiers as well by mentality. So they're able to get back on the point here. Cactus jumps forward, Merman jumps forward, just being annoying, dealing damage, maybe cheesing a kill out. Dying here, however, is pretty unfortunate if they don't survive themselves either. Merman gets stuck. Doesn't get airshot with that, it would have been hugely unfortunate. AIM still dies, so it's not too bad if they die. No, it still hurts due to worse spawns. But it could be worse. Cactus gets a lot of damage into Nursey, granted. Blaze goes behind as always, just wraps around quickly, and Moo chases him all the way around, which gives him quite a bit of time actually to get the damage in onto the combo. Still not able enough to clean up the mat here. And he gets May in the meantime, pushes forward. Paddy Merman just goes straight on target. Mercy is lucky that Merman either doesn't have ammo yet left or is just like completely memeing. Pushes forward. Who doesn't see it coming? Mercy gets a saw as well. So this went to shit real quickly. Because getting on the point for mentality actually was really nice. But then they just lose control this quickly. So, oh, never mind, stuff's happening already. People come out of spawn from cliff. Tries to spam damage until they have the scouts close, be annoying. As they cap the point. Jump in by Blaze, deals a lot of damage, and aim is there to clean up a bit. But not as well as you hoped for, not as well as I would have imagined with that coming in. Actually only able to trade 2 for 2, which is not great given that they're on a point right now. Where spawns, Cactus and May already back up, Banny just gets walked over by Double Scout. Habib deals decent damage, but there's just nothing really with him anymore. Eric is, I guess. And that needs to happen like real quick to be enough. Paddy dies, I guess. It's not a lost cause here by any means. Just not great.
The control point is being contested.
But it keeps going. Everybody wants to just help out each other's teammates, and everybody is taking a lot of damage for it. Mentality capped leads Habib to having a little bit faster spawn. They have ad at the moment, not much, but they do. Blaze goes behind. So they're really fortunate to get better out of this fight here. But that was just a matter of Fury going in a little bit too deep for the kills on Cliff. But overall, Fury is still going. Aim throws over a lot of damage onto the point. May dies, obviously. Banny as the first thing here. Habib throws sticks out to just be able to deny Paddy, but deal some decent damage. Maybe force them early. They want to go with this. Which is interesting because they're lacking ammo mine right now. And it's not like they have much going for themselves. It's 1 down each. Cactus jumps forward. They desperately need this force onto Nurse. They do get it, but pretty late. 30% better Uber and Cactus guys going behind. So none of that decent exchange we had before from Mentality. Which was nice to see. This time it's like Fury all the way for the super here. Veep goes in high. Throws sticks behind people. I would imagine trying to cut people off. I don't think... Yeah, they're not that greatly placed at the moment, so nothing's really taking damage from this. I appreciate the idea. I don't think the sticks were good enough here. Fat still gets juggled a bit, but he's in a lot of trouble. Banny comes over to help. Might save his life. Unless this rocket's bad, but it's not bad enough. Anyway, it still delays people for long enough, so it works in the bigger picture here. Even if it didn't necessarily do stuff itself, the jump, it slowed people down. So it still works. Solid by Fury to react down to Habib's aggressive jump to deny them. Leaving. Gets them some decent kills, Blaze just dies. And we have a minute left on Fury's clock, 50 seconds on Mentalities. They have ad now. Blaze dying hurts a bit. But it's not the end of the world. Alright, Mentality want to come forward here. Mirrorman jumps up high. Scouts are getting carried away by that. Everybody leaves position really heavily with that. And Mentality tries to make the best of that. Everybody going for Mirrorman. Which is neat. Cactus goes straight for Nursey. Everybody else scatters real quickly on Froyotech. So finding a decent target is kinda hard for everybody else, but Cactus, who's like way committed already, gets Nursey though, so that's really good. However, they lost both soldiers for that, one like distracting and one going for the kill. Go for the cap here instead of trying to play it safe with Fat, and that just leaves him to be too far forward. So losing Fat here is really unnecessary, unfortunately. Because he didn't need to be the one capping. And made him just like a pretty easy target as well.
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
And obviously he leaves Nursey to spawn faster here, as well as all of Froyotech due to capping. Cow Mangler is a fun weapon, and should be in the game. I'm sure Banny agrees right now. Right, Nursey takes so much spam though. Merman commits, needless to say, off of that. Makes sense, Nursey was on 40 HP. Comes in, Cactus as well up high. Both are so weak as well though. So Froyo did not actually cap the point here while this aggression comes in on the point. Both soldiers die, deal a lot of damage, and there's no heals on Froyo right now besides the 2 packs left, right?
Mission ends in
So
10 seconds.
Mentality actually have a decent position here going to the final fight. As they can even give up the point for a little bit here. Blaze gets the knight up high, aim is super weak. And Froyo really don't have much of a choice besides going in. Veep still gets a kill, but it's Eric all alone. Nosy the only one spawning. So Mentality actually gets around here. Yeah, any moment that is. Once the Kaplan runs out. There we go. The Mentality actually gets one on the scoreboard in the end. It did just some really nice damage at the end. It'll seem a whole lot more interesting now going into the 3-1 round now, because halftime deletes the scoreboard. Alright, plays straight on target this time, which is interesting because the last few times, or every mid-fight I should say, he just went behind immediately. Now he just goes straight for Cactus, dies for the kill basically. Eric comes in onto Moo, who killed him. Should work for Eric though, in their favor, so they just brute force again their way through the flank. Get a 2v1. So just being able to shoot people who are still shooting other people. That can't defend themselves. Merman takes a lot of damage. Aim is just waiting for him now, which is really, really nice actually. Beep takes a lot of damage, but they already have better numbers, so they just kind of need to play safe for him to survive, and then once he's back up, push forward, which they already are, straight for Fat. With 3 people. None of which actually successful. So really nice by Paddy. That was just one good stick away from actually getting the kill too. So Habib being weak there and not involved in the fight hurt quite a bit. Still, they win the mid. Habib deletes Paddy. Coming forward here, they wanted to take the fight non-dual before anything happens. Blaze has on the flank the Cactus. So trading out the numbers. Merman is committed. This May throwing over some damage to Habib, so the target is pretty clear here. One more rocket will do the job. Banny gets dragged back for that, which leads people to be able to take space. So for now, the non-Uber commit for Mentality is working quite well. Mirrorman doesn't even die to that, which is even better. Cactus dies trying to kill Nursey and doesn't in the end. But it's still 3 for 1, and real good by Mentality. Real nice jumps, real good damage onto Habib as well. Get into this position. And just straight back the point immediately. So going in here before Uber's web is probably the right decision. However, game's not over, obviously, and you want to come forward, throw some damage in. Want to have them take the fight instead and get some damage to Fat, make some force. Nursey does not have to pop, and we're already 30% in the Uber until they use. Eric and Blaze try to just two-man the flank again, except this time everybody's just paying attention to that instead of like anything else. So, interesting little ad bit here. That is missing somebody in the Uber. I think he wanted to flash Paddy there, but couldn't turn around in time. Still, Eric is getting overwhelmed on flank as well. Fat is, however, completely left alone here. So, while it is an interesting adaptation by Mentality to just like focus the flank during the Uber instead of the combo, due to how Fury played it for the most part here, they just left Fat alone. Still, they tried to commit. Everybody is so weak, including Nursey. So going for Sax now could easily just like get everything to Banny, potentially. It's already starting. Nursey's far back, so she might survive. Good, yeah, she gets back as well. At least they sneak out some kills here, but Froyo still haven't capped yet. Which is a blessing and a curse, because obviously they give Mentality a lot of time, but on the other hand, it gives them better spawns for these people sacking right now. So losing the players they did right now, after this Uber, isn't actually hurting that much, because they're up again already pretty much immediately, while Mentality has to wait forever. And probably for the best that they didn't cap in retrospect then. That works really nice. My China Cliff. So much damage, but just everybody. Cactus tries to sneak in from the flank, not enough. Everything dies. That's the optimal case for Froyo as well. Seen the same situation a few times, where they just try to commit onto people going flank, out of spawn immediately, but without a forward hold, just like going their way once they leave, out of spawn. with mixed results depending on like how fast they actually are. This time was pretty much the optimal case. Paddy tries to blast through with the pyro. Other people eventually get the force off of that, I guess. Fair enough, did the job. Froyo mildly tries to chase in here. That would be like the worst kill in like, TF2 history if that was about to just like he spam charge shot into spawn to drop a medic. Alright, so mentality has. You still need to actually be able to use this effectively. Nursi tries to leave the fastest here. His fan pops around the corner. People are kind of weak, Blaze and Eric most notably. Everybody else just still in like the forward hold position pretty much. Banny's like really aggressive on Tamu. In position to do that with aim as well, so they 2v1. There. Habib is still on cliff, but nothing's happening there. As he getting jumped by Merman. Merman beeps a rocket, waves 2. He could have had that. That's unfortunate. Habib comes out of hiding, actually gets the kill onto Cactus. Banny is still there. Huge chaos due to the E-word just not being good enough out of spawn.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
60 seconds left, with only 60 seconds of Mentality's clock, with advantage to Nursi, so this is prime position to win here. Last Mentality have something like great going on now, because they would need it. Right, again, just triple behind, or triple flank with Froyo, while Cactus and Merman are mostly, or Cactus at least, focused behind, which leaves, going behind himself, while Merman is trying to deal with that, but can't really, so the jump comes forward, Eric comes out of hiding again as well. Uber gets popped due to the pressure, and as long as they get kills here, Froyo, it's pretty much, like, fine. Type 1, Rocket 1, does the job. They still draw players all over the place, so it's not by any means perfect. Nursi falls, kinda doesn't really fall back, everybody just abandons her. Benny goes beast, wants to deal with Cactus. So Furious Uber a little bit just all over the place. They did get the one kill that matters the most, which is obviously bad. Because now they can afford to lose the point for a little bit longer. Just as long as they have ad, they can just recommit. But they also lost 3, which means they don't have numbers here right now to actually do take the fight. Danny dies. Huge jump by Cactus, doesn't get the kill though. So the Uber was just bad. Froyo was just like shooting everything at once, but nothing really happened with it. Blaze goes behind. Froyo wants to end this now, I would imagine, without waiting for Ubers. Because they don't really have ad anymore, because Nursi was alone. The Blaze going behind is just setting up for that. Plus Cactus being down as well helps even more. Because there's just one less player that you have to take care of at the moment. Aim jumps point onto 2 scouts, which is interesting to say the least. That he flicks around. Merman goes straight for Nursi, misses the air shot, probably will die here. Does. Aim dies as well, so it's a 1-for-1 trade, but they still have a numbers ad. Mentality wants to just secure the kills at the moment. Of like some damage that they have, but the scouts are so weak in comparison. May needs to deal damage quicker, and May was super far back doing all of that. One, Habib Blaze in from behind, teams up. That gets his saw, needs Cactus to connect though. And then he needs to connect like 10 rockets. Which is just not likely. So there we go. Froyotech wins that, and Mentality actually put up a pretty good fight, I would say. Sure, they only got 1 round on realistically, but 2 of them were still pretty close. And yeah, it from me for now for TF2, and yeah.